Ask any Chelsea fan. Chelsea don't win those trophies without Obi Mikel. Would you rather be a guy who people talk about as one of the very best and most gifted players, but you didn't win any trophies? Or would you like a career where you won loads of trophies, but you're not that much celebrated? John Obi Mikel. This is a weird one because it's personal. Now, I sort of made a promise to myself to never discuss the Super Eagles or Nigeria until after the World Cup. So I'm sort of breaking this promise, but I have to, because the guy has already retired. But I generally don't want to discuss it because I don't think I can put into words how disgusted I am by what Nigeria did. And I think it won't dawn on me, and the hurt that I'm feeling, the pain, won't really settle until the World Cup starts. Until the World Cup starts, it then will be like, oh my God, these a-holes, these filthy, disgusting pieces of crap really didn't qualify for the World Cup. Just like how I felt in 2006 when Angola took our place. But it is what it is, But let's talk about John Obi Mikel. So on the surface, you'd say league titles, FA Cups, freaking Champions League, a crucial player for Chelsea. Alpha. It's a done deal. Just wish him, say congrats, you were a Chelsea legend and so forth. You were a key, great. Every time I look at Obi Mikel, the only thing that goes to my mind is untapped potential, unrealized talent. Because we have to go back to the very beginning. When Obi Mikel was coming through and so forth, he was seen as, well, this is Nigeria's next great talent. I remember the game. It was because I think Nigeria played Argentina twice. Argentina keep on messing up Nigeria, man. What's the whole thing? Because Nigeria played Argentina in the Olympic Cup final when Di Maria scored, and they played them in I think it was an under-21 World Cup final where we lost to Argentina. And I think Messi was in both of those finals. And Obi Mikel was there. So coming through the youth ranks, Obi Mikel was saying, no, this is Nigeria's next big talent. And key thing, next big attacking talent. So the idea was this is the attacking midfield playmaker. So the issue was there was a point where he was literally going to go to Man United. He was going to go to Man United. And as a Nigerian fan, Super Eagles fan, when I was, now I don't even know. But when I was a Super Eagles fan, that would have been beneficial. It would have been far more beneficial for Nigerian Super Eagles if Obi Mikel went to United and worked under Fergie. Because Fergie would have played him as an attacking midfielder and would have improved his game, and I think would have seen a far better player. That would have been much more useful for Nigeria at the Nations Cup. But Obi Mikel wanted to stay in London, wanted to be at Chelsea, specifically because he wanted to stay at London. And I think he was happy being a DM for Obi Mikel, for Mourinho. Because when I saw him, I was like, this isn't his game. You are literally stripping away everything part of his game, which is his passing range, his decision-making, his ability to pick out a pass, his ability at set pieces, his ability to play make. These are all of the skills which needed development because they were very raw, but these are all of the skills that needed development under the right system, under the right manager, which wasn't Mourinho. But Mourinho saw him and made him a DM, taking away all of his offensive elements. Now, of course, it was an extremely effective DM. Very effective DM. But when I look at Obi Mikel, I don't look at what could have been. But here's now where it gets real. If you were to ask Obi Mikel, are you happy with your career? Of course he would be. Because he's like, wait a minute, look at all the trophies I ever won. And I won the biggest club trophy in football, which is the Champions League. Now, I wish I could have won more for Nigeria for sure. But for when I look back and I look at that Champions League winners medal, the League Winners' Medal, FA Cup, and I look at these medals and so forth, and I know for a fact that I was not a passenger. I didn't just jump on the ride. I was a very pivotal piece for Chelsea's success. How can I not be happy with that? And many people, ask any Chelsea fan, Chelsea don't win those trophies without Obi Mikel. They don't. Chelsea don't have that success without Obi Mikel, because even if the role restricted what he could have done, that was a very crucial role. Like, based on Mourinho's system and how he played, that role that Obi Mikel played was very important. It's a very important role. Very important role. Because it's the same role that he had Cambiaso play at Inter Milan. Which was very, very important to their success. That's trouble-winning success. So if you're Obi Mikel, you're like, yo, bro, boom. But I would think, in private, Obi Mikel must say to himself that, because as much as he's praised, is he given as much praise as Lampard, or as a Drogba, or as a Terry? You just view it as an important guy, because my thing, though, is it is what it is. Of course, all positions in football are important, but the reality is more positions are given more praise than others. If Obi Mikel achieved success as an attacking midfielder and playmaker, which is what he was, he would be far greater heralded, and more would be made out of him. Okocha didn't win anything. What major trophies did Okocha win? Hardly anything. But people talk about it with much more reverence than they do Obi Mikel, even though Obi Mikel won a lot more than Okocha. And my thing there is, that's why I can never look at Obi Mikel and say, and what a great player, what an amazing player, and so forth, because I know what he should have been. It is what it is. So I will never ever look at Obi Mikel and not think to myself that, man, what if this guy developed as a playmaker under Fergie? What if Fergie took him and Fergie did what he did with a Cristiano, what he did with Cole, what he did with Van Nistelrooy, what he did with all the players that he's had, where he can look at rough and mess of a player, so he can take it from here to over there. That's Fergie. That's what he was known for. He could make an average player good. He can make a good player great. That was Fergie's expertise, and I feel that Obi Mikel would have been more talked about as a player if he developed under Fergie. It's simple. So, but overall, you look at his career. Look at him in a retirement. I wish he won more for Nigeria and so forth. But look at his career, and he says to himself that it's a success. Overall, it's a success, because the really top careers is trophies, and people talk about you in a big way. Zidane, World Cup winner, Champions League winner, and he's seen as one of the most gifted players of all time. When Messi and Cristiano retire, you look at how they played and the trophies that they've won. That is the very top. The next level, now this is a funny thing. Maybe this question to ask you, what would the next level be? Would you rather be a guy who people talk about as one of the very best and most gifted players, but you didn't win any trophies? Or would you like a career where you won loads of trophies, but you're not that much celebrated? Answer in the comments. It's a very interesting thing. For me, I would, if I had to choose, obviously everyone would say trophies plus you're celebrated. But if I had to choose, I would choose being celebrated and not winning anything. It's a tough thing, because people still talk about Okocha today. He didn't win an iota of what Obi Mikel won. Obi Mikel won like 5 times more than him. But Okocha, anywhere that people go, people are like, man, yes, man. And people glow whenever they see him. Obi Mikel ain't going to receive that kind of praise or that kind of love that Okocha still receives today. So I would prefer to be, if I had to choose between trophies and not celebrated, or celebrated and no trophies, I'd rather be celebrated and no trophies if I had to choose between the two. But I want to hear what you guys think about those things, man.